Be Wealthy and Smart, episode 1445.
Step into a world of wealth and financial freedom without budgets, boredom, or bosses on Be Wealthy and Smart. And now, here's your host, Linda P. Jones.
Welcome to Be Wealthy and Smart. I'm Linda P. Jones, America's Wealth Mentor, empowering women and men worldwide to financial freedom. On today's show, we're going to talk about November home sales soaring. That's right, sales of previously owned homes rose 4.8% in November compared with October, according to the National Association of Realtors. Annualized, there were 4.15 million homes sold, and that means sales were 6.1% higher than a year ago. And this is the third highest pace of the year and the largest annual gain in 3 years. Now, all of this is based on when the homes closed, so the contracts were likely signed in September and October. And remember, mortgage rates fell in September to an 18-month low and then moved a lot higher in October, which probably slowed activity a little bit. Lawrence Yun, chief economist for the National Association of Realtors, said home sales momentum is building. More buyers have entered the market as the economy continues to add jobs. Housing inventory grows compared to a year ago, and consumers get used to a new normal of mortgage rates being between 6% and 7%. Now, I've talked about how supply has been tight on housing, and that's kept housing prices high. But we do have more homes for sale than we've seen in a long time. The supply of homes at the end of October was 1.33 million, up 17.7% from November of 2023. Now, it's still quite low, and at the current sales pace, that represents just a 3.8-month supply of homes. And that's still below the 6-month supply, which is considered a balanced home market between buyers and sellers. So the tight supply is continuing to put pressure on prices. And the median price in November, which means half the numbers were above this and half the sales numbers were below this, was $406,100, which is up 4.7% over last November. And that was a little bit better than what we saw in October when prices were up 4% annually. So the percentage of price increase is also increasing at this time. The Northeast and the Midwest had the strongest price gains at 9.9% in the Northeast and 7.3% gains in the Midwest. But here's the thing, roughly 18% of homes were sold above list price. So in some markets, we're still in that multiple offer scenario. About 30% of home buyers in November were first-time home buyers, which is up from 27% in October, but a little bit lower than a year ago. 25% of all sales were bought with cash, and investors pulled back to just 13% of sales, down from 18% in November a year ago. Now, interestingly, the biggest sales gains tended to be at the higher end of the market. Homes priced over $1 million surged 24.5% from November a year ago, while sales of homes priced below $100,000 dropped 24.1%. That may show more sensitivity to mortgage rates, as higher rates would indicate less affordability and people may tend to drop their price, especially on a lower priced home. As we look at mortgage rates today, the average 30-year fixed rate has increased slightly by 0.04% and is at 6.67%. The 15-year fixed rate is up by 0.05% to 6.03%. And the 20-year fixed interest rate has decreased by 11 basis points, or 0.11%, to 6.52%. And a 30-year VA loan is 6.07%, a 15-year VA loan 5.57%, and a 5/1 ARM is 6.71%, and for the VA, a 5/1 ARM is 6.32%. So even though the Fed gave a little bit more of a hawkish perspective, and mentioned only 2 interest rate cuts for next year rather than the 4 they had mentioned the previous month, I'm still expecting it to work out where we'll have 4 next year. That's because I do think we will have more weakness in the job market than people are expecting. But we'll continue to follow real estate and report into 2025 as we see these trends unfold. If you haven't yet subscribed to Be Wealthy and Smart, hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified as soon as new podcasts are available. And all of my podcasts are on my website at lindapjones.com/podcasts. And while you're there, sign up for my weekly newsletter for more wealth tips for your financial freedom. That's all for today. Until next time, live the good life and be wealthy and smart.
Thank you for listening to Be Wealthy and Smart with Linda P. Jones. Share the wealth and tell your family and friends about the show. Check out our website, blog, and social media for more riches at www.bewealthyandsmart.com.